If you're an older woman who often wakes between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you're not alone, and this quiet hour might be more meaningful than you think. In fact, what you do during this time could gently shape the rest of your day, your energy, and even your peace of mind. Whether it's your body nudging you awake or your thoughts gently stirring, this window holds surprising power. So if you're waking up early, do these 5 things and reclaim your mornings with calm, clarity, and purpose. 1. Start with stillness. Breathe, don't react. If you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., your first instinct might be to check the clock, sigh in frustration, or reach for your phone. But pause for a moment. Before you react, allow yourself to simply be in the stillness. This is not wasted time. In fact, it's one of the most peaceful, uninterrupted moments of your day. And if you treat it as such, this early waking can become a sacred space, an opportunity to nurture your mind, soothe your body, and even reconnect with your inner wisdom. It starts with one simple act: intentional breathing. As you lie in bed, shift your focus to your breath. Let it move in and out like the tides. No force, no control. Just inhale and exhale. Slowly, deeply. This is not the kind of breathing we do during a rush day, multitasking, or worrying. This is restorative breath. The kind that tells your nervous system, you are safe. You are calm. You are allowed to rest. Why does this matter so much? Because waking during the early morning hours is often tied to subconscious stress, hormonal changes, or even spiritual nudges. It's a time when cortisol, the body's natural stress hormone, tends to rise. And if we react with panic, frustration, or even too much stimulation, we risk turning a gentle awakening into a restless spiral. But if we meet it with softness, with breath, we shift the entire experience. This isn't about fixing the waking. It's about greeting it. In traditional Chinese medicine, the time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is considered sacred. It's when the lungs, the organ tied to grief and emotional processing, are most active. This means your body might be inviting you to release something. A quiet sadness. A memory. An old tension that never fully dissolved. Rather than resist, try listening. Let your breath create space for reflection instead of resistance. Here's a gentle practice to try. The 4-7-8 method. Dr. Andrew Weil popularized this technique to calm the nervous system and help people fall back asleep. It's simple, natural, and safe to do while lying in bed. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat for 4 to 6 cycles. This breathing rhythm helps slow the heart rate, oxygenate the blood, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, what we call the rest and digest state. It tells your entire body that you're not in danger and that sleep or rest is possible. But even if you don't fall back asleep right away, that's okay. We often fear waking in the night because we're conditioned to think it means something is wrong. But what if this is simply your body inviting you into a different kind of rest, one that doesn't require unconsciousness, but instead allows for presence? You don't have to get up yet. You don't have to check anything. Let this be your space. Let this be your breath. If your mind wanders to tasks or worries, gently guide it back. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not doing it wrong. You are simply awake. And in that stillness, something beautiful can emerge. A thought that matters. A whisper of insight. A quiet acceptance that you are here and you are whole even in the dark. So if you're an older woman waking in the early hours, try this first. Be still. Breathe. Don't react. Let that breath carry you. And if nothing else, let it remind you of this simple truth. Your life is not measured by how uninterrupted your sleep is, but by how gently you learn to move through your awakenings. 2. Hydrate with intention. Water before worry. After gently breathing your way into presence, the next quiet step is to give your body what it's truly craving: hydration. If you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., there's a good chance that your body isn't just restless. It may be dry. Dehydration during sleep is incredibly common, especially for older adults. Our bodies naturally lose water overnight through respiration and sweat, even in cooler environments. And as we age, the body's thirst signal becomes less reliable. You might not feel thirsty, but your organs, muscles, and especially your brain are quietly asking for support. So here's a gentle shift that makes a profound difference. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for a glass of water. Not cold, not sugary, just clean, room temperature water. Sip it slowly. Let each swallow feel like an offering, nourishment delivered with care. This is not just about physical hydration. It's a practice in intentional living. You're not reacting to the discomfort of being awake. You're responding to it with kindness. Why water? Why now? During the early morning hours, your kidneys are finishing the overnight cycle of detoxification. Your liver, your bloodstream, even your lymphatic system, they're all working in the background, flushing out what the body no longer needs. And they need water to complete that process. A small, mindful drink supports this inner cleansing. Think of it as rinsing your body from the inside out. There's also something deeper here. Waking early can feel unsettling, like you're somehow out of sync. But the act of drinking water realigns you with your body. It's grounding. It says, I'm here. I'm still in this body. I care for it. It's an invitation back to wholeness, especially in a world that often teaches us to ignore our needs until they scream at us. Make it easy. Keep water by your bed. One of the best things you can do for yourself is prepare for your early wake-up before it even happens. Before bed, place a small glass or stainless steel bottle of water next to your nightstand. Not to guzzle. Just to sip. 1, 2, maybe 3 small mouthfuls. That's all it takes to support your body without overstimulating it. Avoid caffeinated drinks or sugary juices during this time. While they may seem comforting, they can disrupt your hormones and make it harder to return to sleep. What your body wants is simple and pure. And here's the emotional side of it. Sipping water in the stillness is an act of reassurance. It's your way of saying, I'm not panicking. I'm not rushing. I'm nurturing. That one small ritual, slow water in the quiet hour, begins to retrain your nervous system. It builds a subtle trust in yourself. You're not waking up to stress. You're waking up to care. This may seem like a small gesture, but don't underestimate it. Over time, this one habit creates a ripple effect. You start to feel more in control of your mornings, more connected to your body, less driven by worry and more anchored in peace. Bonus tip: add a pinch of sea salt or a slice of lemon. If you want to take your hydration even deeper, try this simple addition. A pinch of sea salt provides electrolytes, minerals that help your cells absorb water more effectively. A slice of lemon can gently stimulate digestion and support your liver. Just be mindful of your own health needs, especially if you have dietary restrictions. The point is not to build a long morning routine. The point is to do the next right thing. And sometimes that's as simple as a sip of water. So if you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't jump into worry. Don't launch into your to-do list. Start small. Hydrate with intention. Let your body know, I see you. I hear you. I'm here to care for you. That quiet glass of water may not seem life-changing, but over time it becomes a steady act of self-respect. A way to show up for yourself, even in the dark. And when you start your day that way, even if it's earlier than you'd like, you send a message to your entire being, I am worthy of care. I am not in crisis. I am growing into this moment, one sip at a time. 3. Journal or reflect. Clear the mind gently. Now that you've breathed deeply and nourished your body with water, the mind will begin to stir. This is where the real work and the real opportunity comes in. When you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., there's a good chance your thoughts are already whispering or maybe even racing. Lists of things to do. Unfinished conversations. Worries about health, family, or the unknown. This early hour, still shrouded in silence, becomes fertile ground for both anxiety and insight. And the difference between the two often comes down to what you do with that mental energy. Here's a gentle yet powerful tool. Write it down or speak it softly. You don't need to sit upright at a desk. You don't need to compose anything elegant. Simply take a moment to offload whatever your mind is carrying. You can do this in a small bedside notebook. You can open the Notes app on your phone if the light won't bother you. Or you can quietly whisper it into a voice recorder or journal by hand in the dark with just the guidance of memory and feeling. This is not a performance. It's a release. Why journaling works at this hour. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are often described in ancient traditions as the sacred window. In Ayurveda, they're called the Veda hours, a time of heightened mental movement, intuition, and clarity. Your subconscious is more accessible. Your emotional undercurrents more visible. It's a moment when your heart has something to say, but your usual daytime distractions aren't there to drown it out. If you don't capture those thoughts, they can turn into loops of rumination. But if you do capture them, gently, without judgment, you create space. You signal to your mind, I'm listening. I've heard you. We can rest now. Here are a few simple journaling prompts to try. What thoughts woke me up? What do I need to let go of right now? What is one thing I'm grateful for in this moment? What do I wish someone would hear from me? What truth am I avoiding during the day? Even a few sentences can make a difference. Don't overthink it. This is not about grammar or goals, it's about clearing space. Think of it like brushing your teeth, but for your thoughts. If you don't clear them out, they build up. And when you do, clarity returns. Not a writer? Speak it aloud or silently reflect. If holding a pen or typing feels like too much, just talk. You can whisper your thoughts like a soft prayer or quietly repeat your reflections in your head. The point isn't the method, it's the intentional act of acknowledging what's rising inside you. And if there's nothing specific you want to say, that's okay too. Sometimes the act of simply sitting with your thoughts, observing them like clouds passing across a dawn sky is enough. You don't have to fix them. You just have to witness them. The deeper benefit, calming the nervous system. When you journal or reflect in these early hours, you shift from reactivity to response. You calm the amygdala, the fear center of your brain, and engage the prefrontal cortex, which helps with clarity and decision-making. That means less emotional overwhelm, more emotional intelligence. In a sense, you're telling your mind, we're okay. We don't need to keep rehearsing the worst-case scenario. This is particularly important for older women navigating transitions, empty nests, retirement, changing health, or the quiet evolution of relationships. The 3 a.m. mind can become a stage for grief or confusion. But it can also become a garden of healing if you give it a voice. A special note for those who feel too old to journal. Let that thought go. You are never too old to reflect, to listen to yourself, to understand who you are becoming. Journaling is not just for the young or the lost. It's for anyone who is still growing, and that includes you. In fact, as we age, the richness of our inner lives often deepens. We've lived, loved, lost, and learned. Our journals, whether in writing or in spirit, become sacred containers for the wisdom we carry and the questions we still hold. So if you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't waste the opportunity to connect with yourself. Light a small candle if you wish. Sit up slowly or stay nestled in your blankets. But take a few minutes to be with your own thoughts. Write them. Whisper them. Breathe through them. And when you're done, you'll feel lighter. Not because you solved everything, but because you showed up for yourself. And in the quiet darkness of early morning, that is enough. 4. Stretch or sway, move with grace before the day begins. So you've breathed deeply. You've sipped water and gathered your thoughts. What comes next isn't a full workout or a strict routine, it's something much gentler, yet deeply powerful, movement. Just a little. Just enough to wake the body without overwhelming it. If you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., there's a reason your body might be stirring. It could be calling you to reconnect, not through force or pressure, but through graceful movement. And the goal here isn't to exercise for results. The goal is to remind your body that it still belongs to you. As we age, we often think we need to slow down, and that's true in some ways. But slowing down doesn't mean becoming still. Movement is life. And gentle movement, especially in the early hours, sends a beautiful message to your joints, your muscles, your bones. I haven't forgotten you. I still need you. Start with a gentle stretch in bed. You don't have to stand. You don't even need to leave your warm blanket if you don't want to. Start by pointing and flexing your toes. Circle your ankles one way, then the other. Feel the blood flow gently, waking up your feet. Next, roll your shoulders slowly, even while lying down. Let your arms stretch overhead, then down by your sides. Breathe into the movement. If your hips or back feel tight, try bending your knees and gently rocking side to side. No rush. No pressure. Even 2 or 3 minutes of stretching can lubricate your joints and reduce morning stiffness. Think of it like whispering to your body, it's time to rise, but only when you're ready. If you're comfortable getting up, try this, sway. Yes, sway. Stand near your bed or a wall for balance if needed. Gently shift your weight from side to side, like tall grass moving in a breeze. You can let your arms hang loose or let them lift lightly with the movement. This simple motion helps activate your core and wake your vestibular system, the part of your inner ear and brain that controls balance. It's especially helpful as we age and want to prevent falls or wobbly starts to the day. You can also try standing tall and reaching your arms overhead, then letting them slowly float down like leaves falling from a tree. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you release. You're not performing. You're reconnecting. Why is this important between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? This is when your body is resetting. Your temperature is at its lowest. Your muscles are at their most relaxed. And if you stay frozen in tension or frustration, your body starts the day feeling constricted. But if you add just a little movement, fluid, mindful, easy, you awaken your circulation. You activate your lymphatic system, which clears toxins. You signal to your brain, I'm ready to return to rest or move gently into the new day. This isn't about burning calories or breaking a sweat. It's about ownership of your body, especially as an older woman. In our younger years, we may have pushed our bodies hard. We measured our worth by how fast, how long, how intensely we moved. But now you get to redefine movement as something sacred, something kind. You get to say, my body still matters. It still moves. And I will move with it. Bonus idea, pair your movement with music. If silence feels too still, you can softly play a calming piece of music. Something classical. Something slow. Maybe a favorite instrumental you loved in your youth. Let it guide your rhythm. Let it carry you into a slow sway or stretch. Music paired with movement becomes a form of prayer. A way of saying, I'm still here. And I'm still dancing, even if gently. And here's the deeper gift, confidence. So many older women describe feeling disconnected from their bodies. Achy joints, slower movements, changing strength, it can all feel like a loss. But moving even a little reminds you of what you can still do. It rebuilds trust in your physical self. It brings dignity back to your mornings. And over time, these moments of graceful movement become a ritual of empowerment. So if you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., consider giving your body 5 minutes of loving motion. It doesn't need to be precise. It just needs to be real. Stretch, sway, reach, breathe, be gentle, and remind your body and your spirit that you're not done moving yet. You're just moving differently and beautifully. 5. Set a gentle intention. Whisper your way into the day. You've breathed with purpose, hydrated with care, reflected with honesty, and moved with grace. Now comes the final piece of this early morning ritual, and it might be the most powerful of all. Set an intention. Not a goal. Not a task. An intention. This is your moment to speak softly to your soul before the noise of the world begins. You're not trying to control the day. You're not trying to predict it. You're simply choosing how you want to meet it, what kind of presence you wish to bring forward. Because the truth is, no matter your age or stage in life, you are still a force in this world. And the way you enter your day matters. Especially if you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., when the world is quiet, when no one else is asking anything of you, when your thoughts are still unformed and soft. This is a window into your own clarity. This is when you get to choose. Ask yourself, who do I want to be today? Not what do I need to get done, but how do I want to show up? Calm? Open-hearted? Grateful? Patient? Creative? There's no right answer. There's only truth. And you know your truth better than anyone. Say it quietly. Whisper it. Or write it in your journal. Just one sentence. A phrase you can carry in your heart like a pocket stone. Something simple like, "Today, I will move gently through my thoughts. I choose to respond with kindness, especially to myself. I will notice beauty in the ordinary. I will listen more than I speak. Today is a gift. I will open it slowly." These aren't affirmations designed to hype you up. They're not declarations meant to push you through discomfort. They're grounding, soft, rooted in presence. And that's what makes them powerful. Why does this matter so much for older women? Because too often, society forgets to ask what you want. It tells you how you should feel, what you should fear, what you're no longer capable of. But waking in the early hours gives you a chance to reclaim your voice before the world speaks over it. Setting a morning intention helps reframe the narrative. You're not waking because something is wrong. You're waking because something in you is still alive enough to feel the quiet, and to fill it with meaning. It may seem like a small thing, just a sentence, just a whisper. But over time, setting intentions becomes a way of anchoring your life in choice instead of habit. It turns your early waking from something frustrating into something formative. It says, even if I'm not sleeping, I can still be resting in purpose. Even if your body stirs you from rest, your soul can find stillness in that sacred pause before the sun rises. And from that place you can shape your day, not with control, but with clarity. Here's a small practice to try, the intention whisper. Place one hand over your heart. Close your eyes and take a breath. Ask, what do I need to feel today? Listen for a word. One word. Peace, trust, light, grace. Then speak softly to yourself. Today, I welcome, insert your word. That's it. Nothing fancy. But those few moments? They shift your inner rhythm. They tell your nervous system, we are safe. We are aware. We are moving forward with meaning. A quiet mind. A hydrated body. A softened heart. And now a direction. It doesn't matter what the day holds. Appointments. Visitors. Chores. Stillness. Whatever it is, you'll meet it with the presence you've chosen. That is the mark of a woman still writing her story, not reacting to life, but co-creating it. So if you're waking between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't see it as a problem. See it as a portal. A doorway into stillness, reflection, care, movement, and intention. Each step, each gentle act, is not just a coping tool. It's a spiritual recentering. A return to your inner wisdom. And when you rise at last, whether it's with the sun or just before, you'll do so having already lived a full, quiet victory. A morning reclaimed. A life respected. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are waking because something in you is still listening. And that, dear one, is a gift worth honoring. What do you usually think about or feel when you wake up in the early hours? Is it worry? Peace? Memories? Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel a little less alone. If this video brought you comfort, clarity, or simply a moment of stillness, we'd be honored if you'd subscribe to the channel and tap that like button to let us know it helped you.